I'm a simple man. I see stories of people humiliating themselves on Reddit, and I love it. And I like Am I the Asshole? I like r/relationships. It makes me feel better about myself that people can be this dumb. And today's subreddit is r/Am I Overreacting?
Oh boy, this is a good one.
It's basically like Am I the Asshole, but like slightly different. Yeah. More of people that blew up and reacted to things.
I would say this is more of like you present an even crazier situation because these are circumstances that warrant a crazy reaction.
It's usually we have to figure out, is the situation something that you should overreact to, or no, you went above and beyond?
Oh, is that what Am I Overreacting means, Corey?
Some people need a little bit more help figuring things out.
Do you guys need help? Where's the map?
I like living my life as a teacher using the stencil method of just kind of fill in paint by numbers.
Lowest common denominator?
We'll just kind of like narrate everything I'm doing. Today, I will be telling you about things and words. Stay tuned.
Listen to them. Welcome to the show, baby.
That's debatable, I guess. Hi, I'm Corey.
And I'm Nick.
And your guys' names are insert blank here.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. And if you want to see the full uncut and uncensored version.
Well, it's if you guys want early access to these podcasts, you're going to go over to our Patreon, link down below. And if you guys like us doing commentary on stuff, you're going to love our movie and show commentary, which you can find at Nick and Corey YouTube channel, and also the full uncut and uncensored version of those, also on our Patreon.
And if you want to listen to this podcast on audio while you drive and you're drifting on the streets trying to avoid traffic, check it out on Spotify, Amazon, or Apple.
All right, first one. My husband told me why he cheated on me.
Oh.
Already off to a great start. I can't imagine how you'd overreact here. Yeah. What did you do? Murder? My husband told me why he cheated on me. It just came to my attention that my husband has been cheating on me on and off for 2 years. Wow.
Okay, that's a long time.
That's not good.
On and off? Were they in a second on and off relationship?
He started cheating on me while I was pregnant. Oh,
fuck me.
Because I didn't feel like having sex due to pregnancy symptoms.
Fuck, dude, just jerk off. Come on, man. That's so
I cannot imagine.
This person is bearing your child, you dick.
What is this person going to say that makes them think that they were overreacting? Because right now, I don't know very many things you could be overreacting to. He cheated on me with 2 different women. The first girl was a stranger he just met when he was out one night, but there's this one girl in particular that he keeps having sex with.
Okay.
They've been friends with benefits for almost a year now. I asked my husband why. Why would he do this to me? We have a family together. We built a life together. And he threw away 8 years for a girl that hasn't even graduated college yet. He said to me, she's beautiful, she's quiet, she's simple, she's not annoying, she doesn't nag me, she doesn't argue, she's not combative, she's not fat, and she's not lazy. She's fun. It keeps going. She's spontaneous. I forget about my troubles when I'm around her.
She's dead.
She makes my life easier.
Can't take anymore, Captain.
Opposed to complicating it like you. She's just everything that you're not anymore, but you used to be. She's a younger version of you. She reminds me of you 15 years ago. What the actual
That was barbaric, dude. That was like, can you annihilate someone with words?
Why are you married?
This is like when you see somebody shooting a corpse with like multiple magazines of the same gun, just blowing their load into this corpse.
I can't imagine someone saying this and ever having love for this person.
Am I overreacting?
I think everything you possibly could say is underreacting.
You are pregnant with this man's child. He just took a verbal on you.
He eviscerated you.
While cheating on you with multiple people. He didn't apologize. He gave you reasons. In a way, no, he's horrible.
These weren't reasons. He didn't tell you why he cheated on you. He just gave excuses.
Yeah, he did.
No, he gave excuses to why he's a douchebag.
He explained pretty clearly why he was no longer interested in the wife. I think in this case, you clearly do not love this person.
No.
Just move on. Like, what are you doing? Why are you like this?
Everything he said to me actually made me feel worse than when I found out about the affair. No He just destroyed any potential chance of it being like, oh, I had a lapse of judgment. Even that's terrible, but
this is the equivalent of like that one public bathroom stall that you open and you like. I'm trying to paint a picture here. I don't know, girls. I don't know if you guys see the same thing happen as what I've seen in men's bathrooms, but you'll open a stall sometimes and you're blown away. You see something so horrific, like that you can no longer even see water in the toilet.
I don't know if this analogy is hitting.
It is just flooded with
I don't know.
It is. Listen, because she was flooded with from this. Because he cheated on her and he just took a fat on her. And this is the equivalent of what I think when I see one of these public bathroom stalls and I just look at it and go, oh, dear God, no.
Yeah, he just gave her one of those marker poop wipes where it just kept going and going and going and going.
A marker poop wipe.
Yeah.
You're not overreacting.
This is one of those situations where it's like, if someone told you, I've never loved you, I'm breaking up with you.
Oh my, dude, those are the worst words you could ever fucking
They just
hear.
destroy your reality. This guy literally destroyed her reality.
Yeah.
Made her feel so worse about herself because of all this probably lying said.
And this paints another picture that like needs to be addressed. When someone hits such a boiling point of like what he said to her, you need to communicate this early in a relationship, because there's many relationships that go well beyond their like expiration.
Yeah, a lot of them don't deserve to keep going.
They need to be addressed, and like you need to make it clear to the other person, like, hey, you are literally like, there's a lot of people that don't want to come home from work because they don't want to deal with their significant other or their home life.
That's not a partner. That's just a roommate, I guess, that you sometimes
That's like
have sex
a fucking
with.
jailmate.
Yeah. If you just want sex, then like break up and start sleeping around, I guess, until you die of old age alone. But like you don't need a partner for that. Why would you like want to avoid the person that you're supposed to be together with?
For some people, it's like fear of moving on and rebuilding something. But
yeah, because you fear that you're such a bag that no one's gonna want to be with you, which is true.
But this person's cheating on them too.
This person's terrible. And here's the thing: there's two situations. One is, you're right, you should communicate if you're feeling like you're falling out of love. But the second is, this guy, I'm just projecting, but it sounds like he's the kind of guy who's immature and expected her to be one way when they had zero responsibilities together, and now she's changed because she's handling every responsibility that he's not. Of course, she's going to be less fun when she's pregnant compared to when she's not.
Yeah, deal with it. That's life.
He's like, oh, you used to be more fun. No shit. How much fun can you be when all you do is go out and drink and party, and now you have a pregnant wife? You're going to have to step up there, bud. You have to step up.
Facts. Shithead, not overreacting. You're a bitch.
She did nothing. And
we don't have any context on the wife here, but what the guy did is enough.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I think she had a -3 on the underreacting. She could have gone nuclear, and I still would be underreacting. All right. Am I the asshole to my wife cleaning up downstairs before out-of-town conferences? Cleaning up downstairs before out-of-town conferences. Essentially, she did a little bit of
trims
trimming.
The hedges.
Yeah, she did a little bit of
she waxes the old landing.
Spring cleaning.
What are good ways to say snip snip down under?
Mowing the lawn.
Mowing the lawn.
Trimming the hedges. Raking,
hey bitch,
raking the leaves.
Make sure you rake the leaves before I rake your asshole tonight. Oh, that's bad.
Ew.
That's not good. That didn't roll off the tongue.
Wax off Danielson. All right, my wife goes to 2 to 3 week long out-of-town conferences every year.
Sauce.
My wife has a job where she's not home all the time. Suspicious. I've noticed a pattern that my wife will do some very thorough grooming prior to out-of-town conferences.
What is thorough grooming? Is she buffing that? She's using a wax gun? Like,
she looks for grubs and ticks. She's like, delicious. A little tick there. Ooh, little juicy beetle in there.
Oh, Jesus. Dude,
I will say this.
Someone's pulled a beetle.
I will say this. Prior to reading on, I also would do some pretty heavy grooming prior to doing like a big travel event, because hair trap smells.
It does.
Hair trap smells. The hairlessness you are, the less you smell.
I like really cleaning up my beard, my haircut, everything before I don't have a beard anymore, but before I travel, because I don't want to bring that shit with me.
If I was going on a 2 to 3 week long trip.
That's a long trip.
Yeah, I want to like trim it up so that it stays fresh for that basically month of like not really, I mean, you could take your with you, but like why bother?
Yeah.
Just do it before you leave.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it traps smells. I don't know what kind of trip this is, but like maybe it's some arid climate where you start sweating more.
Right.
You don't want to have to worry about that. I don't think it's a big deal yet. Prior to these conferences is now pretty much the only time she'll bother completely shaving down under. Okay, that's a pattern.
That's a little sauce.
I know that at these conferences she generally meets up and goes to parties with friends and colleagues from current and past jobs. I'm not generally jealous, but I'm struggling to come up with an innocent explanation. One of her conferences this year is in Vegas. I'm coming along for the first few days, and then I'm heading back to work early next week. I left her in her hotel room and went down to get food, and she took a bath. Came up in the room, and sure enough, she's completely shaved and is completely bald. I mentioned it. She said she needed to clean up in case she goes swimming. She then kind of went into cuddle mode, which she sometimes does to assure herself that we're okay. I'm now thinking back to all the other occurrences. Most of them don't have pools or swimming that I'm aware of. So this guy is saying it's sus that his wife goes completely bald shaved, not for him, but for these conferences.
For swimming in a public pool.
For swimming in a public pool sometimes, but also not sometimes.
Instead of for his swimmers. For his unborn children.
I think this is we're missing context.
This is a valid suspicion at the moment.
I would say it's one of those things of I wouldn't bring it up unless it's really bothering you, but I would note it.
Was that all of it?
Oh, an edit. In a mildly humorous turn of events, this made the front page. Since my wife uses Reddit, the predictable thing happened. I woke up to, oh my God, you dumbass, I'm glad I still make you jealous, but I'm not cheating on you text. So thanks, I guess, for forcing the conversation. I'm confident I'm just being a touch paranoid. Appreciate all the ladies responding that this is pretty much a normal behavior. FYI, you are all weird for grooming your pubes for self-confidence. FYI, you are all weird for grooming your pubes for self-confidence. That's weird.
I don't know.
You're also very kind for telling me that and letting me get some sleep last night. Second edit, tomorrow I'm getting a Brazilian to see if it makes her equally jealous. We'll report back. It will not. She will not be jealous of that.
You're going to be screaming, though.
It will
Can you imagine getting your
make her maybe impressed?
Brazilian?
You want to go back to what we were just talking about before of things to impress your crush? If you're married and you try getting a Brazilian wax to show her that like you can do it too, I think that's an impressive statement.
A Brazilian wax for me right now would be scorched earth.
And if it's something that they do regularly, she'd be like, I'm proud that you did it.
This is a wholesome turn of events.
It did it. Well, so far. We don't know if she was lying.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those things of like, if there are things that make you feel sus, but it's not like evidence of cheating or anything. It's just like that feels weird. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Or if it's really not that big a deal, take a mental note, write it down in a journal, but don't talk about it. Maybe like talk to a therapist, someone that you can trust and vent, and they can give you.
I think it's valid to ask a significant other something that they're doing that's causing, like, for instance, imagine your significant other has a regular 9 to 5 work schedule.
Yeah.
And then for like 2 weeks, they stay 2 hours late after work, like on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you're like, hey, what are you doing after work on Tuesdays and Thursdays that's making you stay 2 hours later?
I think this is one of those, like, it depends on how you frame the conversation. If you come at it accusing, it's never going to go over well. Like, you don't know what the explanation is, and if you assume she's cheating, then, like, why are you together? It's the smallest little thing.
Yeah.
If it's one of those things of, like, hey, I noticed you did this. Like, why do you never do that with me? It's, like, once a year for this. Maybe it could be, like, not like a cheating thing, but it's just like I like, why not more? Maybe we can come up with some sort of compromise here. But, I think it's just a talk about it thing. I wouldn't say this jumped to, like, cheating. It obviously can be for self-confidence. Like I said before this, I would trim if I thought I was getting a little bit like potentially long and smelly.
Long and smelly.
Long and smelly is not good for anybody, regardless of who's going to be presented.
I see the reasoning behind the potential reaction.
I think that when it comes to cheating, little things can come up that make you feel like it's sus, but there's a lot of explanations. And unless it crosses a very particular line, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion. And I wouldn't accuse because you're obviously going to make them feel bad about it.
Yeah, you don't want to accuse without first talking to them unless you have like hard evidence. Like if you have like text receipts of them clearly like cheating on you.
Because just
assume.
Like,
hey, bitch, like what the is this?
Do a mental exercise. Assume for a moment that they are absolutely not cheating. Or vice versa, if you are the one who has received this accusation and you know you're not cheating, how is it going to make you feel? How are you going to respond to like... You're
going to be combative and defensive.
Yeah, how are you going to convince somebody that you're not cheating when you have no evidence of like how to like what it is? You're just doing a normal activity. Yeah. Like you're going to feel like that you don't have trust with your partner. So like don't come at it accusing. Just be like, "Hey, this thing is something that like I noticed. I like when you do this thing more, but you don't. Like let's talk about it." I don't know. I don't think they're overreacting or underreacting. It doesn't sound like they did anything about it. They made a post on Reddit. That's all.
It sounds like it turned out well.
It turned out well. The more the happier ending that everyone has, the better. Moving on. Am I overreacting? Caught my wife's stepdad sniffing her underwear on the baby monitor.
Dude, your facial expression when you were...
I don't know. Are you overreacting? What did you do? This is not what I expected to read.
Read the title again.
Am I overreacting? Caught my wife's stepdad sniffing her underwear on the baby monitor.
Okay, go on now.
I need to process this for a moment. We are currently living out of state, and my wife flew home to surprise her mom. She took our 10-month-old son with her. She called me and told me to look at the baby monitor that automatically turns on when it senses movement. I looked at the video she was talking about, and you can see her stepdad, who her mom married when my wife was 10, in her room.
Much better.
My wife is staying with her grandparents, her mom's parents. There's so many parentheses. I'm trying to figure out what the going on. The stepdad is in the wife's room. The wife is with her grandparents, her mom's parents, not her stepdad. The stepdad picks up a pair of pants with the underwear in them. She takes both off at the same time, so the underwear stays inside the pants.
Makes sense. That's
another
fair.
parentheses. The stepdad.
Lots of context here.
There's so many stops. It's like just overall, stepdad picks up underwear, holds them up to his nose, and takes 3 big sniffs that you can actually hear on the monitor. Yeah, Darth Vadering it.
You think he nutted on the 3rd sniff?
Luke, I am your pay pig. I am your OnlyFans top donator. He takes 3 big sniffs you can actually hear and sets them down. This was 1 hour ago. I'm close to buying a plane ticket, flying there, and beating his ass. What should I do? She's telling her mom right now. Yeah, that's weird. I think that you should call somebody. Maybe, what's that guy's name?
Her mom?
Chris. Who's the
Hansen?
one? Chris Hansen, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you should have a seat over here.
Yeah, maybe you should check his phone records, see who's texting, who's talking to.
That's so weird.
That's very strange.
Like, because she's probably at least 25 now, we'll guess, because she has kids, right? So this guy's known her for at least 15 years, since she was a kid.
This guy who is a parental role met her when she was 10 years old, is in her room sniffing her underwear. This man needs to go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do not have any rights at all. Please leave the planet. Get ejected.
It wasn't like a, hey, maybe there's some poop in here. I'm going to take a little sniff.
You're not a dog. You're not a gorilla. You're not just, you're not doing a poop check to see if they're healthy.
Poop. You can't say you're checking for poop if you took 3 deep whiffs. You are sniffing vagine.
No, the only time that is remotely okay to take a big whiff, I wouldn't call it a whiff, of a underwear is if you are checking from the outside to see if a baby shat itself.
I don't think you need big sniffs for that, bro. Have you smelled a baby shit?
You don't need big sniffs.
You could take a little.
But diapers are expensive, and you don't want to have to change one when it's not needed to be changed.
Fair enough.
So you take that whiff and you make sure.
Do you think they're overreacting?
I don't think the dad is overreacting, or I guess the husband.
There's one more with edits. If you like.
Oh God, this edit. My wife has convinced me not to beat his ass because of the legal troubles that could bring up. Legal troubles.
She doesn't want her husband to go to jail potentially for fighting this dumbass.
Potato, legal troubles. I think it's fine.
Thanks, Judge.
Unfortunately, they're on the other side of the country and we don't have money to buy a plane ticket at the moment for me to be there. My mother-in-law is deciding what she needs to do, but is leaning towards leaving him. Leaning towards it? All right. We have made it clear that we will love her no matter what, but we will not be near her husband ever again, especially with our children. I think that will convince her to leave him. Unfortunately, again, they recently adopted a 10-year-old girl who is a family friend of theirs. The cycle repeats.
Oh, no.
That adds another difficulty to this situation. Thank you, everyone, for your advice in this situation. My wife and mother-in-law have not confronted their stepfather yet, but are planning to do so tonight. I update on how it goes. We were trying to get another flight for my wife to come home as soon as possible. We were staying there for another 2 weeks or so. That's it. That's where the story ends. No conclusion. No satisfaction. All we know is this guy's amongst the fam.
And has a new kid now.
Yeah, just sniffing underwear and grooming.
Juices.
Yeah, he's the groom sniffer. He's the groomer and sniffer.
Groom and sniff instead of scratch and sniff.
God.
I don't like that,
Get
dude.
this man on the next flight to the island.
Get this man an automatic rifle right now.
That's so gross.
On the what did you say to the island?
A flight to the island.
What island are we talking about?
Literally any that he can't come back from. One of the atomic bomb testing islands. No, it's obviously I'd have some whiplash emotionally, but imagine someone that you are married to. Your partner comes out that they are some deranged sexual pervert sniffing your child's or in-law's child's underwear or some
yeah,
just freaky weird behavior.
There's no apology.
How can you stay with them?
You can't.
Don't do that,
because this opens up a can of diarrhea. Like, there's nothing, like, you can't just take this information and be like, this is fine.
I can't see, like, the justification of how you can consider yourself a good person by staying with someone because after you find out that they do this.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I can think of is you're staying with them because you're lonely and you have very low self-worth. If you are
a lot of people
afraid,
stay in relationships for those reasons.
yeah, and I think it's sad. It's one thing if I don't even call it one thing. If you're in like a toxic relationship and like you can't really like figure out a way to get out of it, I think it's a little bit different because I think some people value themselves a little bit less.
Yeah.
If someone is doing to your family, people you care about,
yeah,
it should be fucking obvious that this needs to end.
But there's a lot of people that have like parents that have new marriages where they value their new partner over their kids.
Like, I don't know how to phrase this in a way that might come off as not insensitive, but I think that you are one of the shittiest humans in the world if you are in a relationship and your new partner is like abusive or creepy or whatever to your dependent, your child.
Yeah.
And you're doing nothing about it.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is literally your responsibility.
And not even like you didn't know about it. Like if you didn't know, you can't do anything about it. But if you're aware, you have video evidence and you don't do anything about it, you just stay with them, you're dog.
Yeah.
You're a dog, man.
Your kids do not deserve that. That's dude.
Yeah.
So, God, I'm just imagining I'm imagining somebody like having the wherewithal to like sniff their stepkid's underwear. That's so weird. That's not even, it's not like going to a laundromat and finding a pair of panties on the ground and being like,
it's weird in every sense. It's why get turned on by that other than the fact that you're a creepy pervert guy. Don't do that.
Like related or not,
get
that's
help.
Fucked. Go straight to jail.
Like can there not be one of these situations where people like that are aware of their pervertedness and are like, you know what? Internally, I want this thing, but like logically I shouldn't.
I'm sure there's many people that hold back their urges.
And that's the thing. Be aware of it. Be like, this is not socially appropriate. Or like, if I want to do this, I need to have like a permission from somebody that like it's okay.
Like,
I don't know.
Everyone has Call of the Void thoughts. I've never had one like that. But like, you'll have a thought while you're driving, like, oh, what if I just drive this car into a tree? Like, and as a normal person, you don't act on it. I don't know what Call of the Void originated this thought.
I don't know. Just don't do this.
Not overreacting. Their ass deserves to be beat.
Yeah, and
if the mother-in-law doesn't leave him, she's a piece of shit.
Exactly, and their existence. Disgusting. All right. Am I overreacting? My 7-year-old daughter's friend forced her to watch her hamster get murdered.
Oh yeah, psychopath in the works.
Normal child behavior.
Yeah,
haha.
Let's go.
You know that typical thing kids do. Let kids be kids. Murder each other's hamsters and whatnot. Yeah.
I'm going to kill my animal and make you watch. Haha. Yeah.
That's just great.
Sounds like a Tuesday to me. Yeah.
Great bonding experience for them. Yesterday, my 7-year-old daughter ran home in tears and said that she and her best friend Heather had an argument. Over what? Can't wait.
7-year-olds?
I can't remember what it was about, and it didn't make any sense when she explained it, but they had been very angry with each other. Heather told my daughter she was never allowed to see her pet hamster again. My daughter is sassy and gave her some mouth about it. She loves Heather's hamster, so I guess Heather takes the hamster into the bathroom, calls my daughter, locks the door behind them, fills the sink up with water,
oh my God,
and makes my daughter watch her hold the hamster under the water until it stops moving? What the actual
That's fucking insane.
Heather, my God.
This is like those kids that shoot up a school and the parents are like, yeah, there was no signs of anything. They were a perfect kid.
What the
That is a sign that your kid is fucked. That's horrible, dude. Why do hamsters have to die in the worst ways, man? They get in a blender, they suffocate in someone's asshole,
I just
get drowned.
I'm just thinking about like that girl from The Orphan. Like that's what I feel like Heather is. Heather's just like some demon child that's just like, hey, want to see a trick? Yeah. Watch the light go out from this hamster's eyes.
Oh, you love this hamster? I'm gonna kill it.
It was her. It was
her own hamster.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you love this thing? Well, it's mine, so I'm gonna kill it. What the Heather? Oh my God. My daughter picked the hamster out of the sink and tried saving it, but Heather snatched it from my daughter and flushed it down the loo. Heather drowned her hamster, made this girl's daughter, made the friend watch. When the friend tried to save it, Heather's like, nuh-uh, no, that. My hamster is now a and it's going to get flushed. She flushed her dead hamster. Heather, my God, what is wrong with you?
Horrible.
How?
Horrible.
I know that some kids like take after their parents' behaviors.
This isn't
how.
This isn't nurture, dude. This
how
is
does
nature.
it happen?
This is insanity. This is some shit. I don't think you learned this.
I told my daughter that she's never allowed to play with Heather anymore for her own safety.
Fuck
dude.
Fucking Heather should be sent to a special place, man, and never come out.
No,
anyone who animals, man, you have a special place in hell.
It's for no reason. There was no reason.
Because she's mad at her friend, so she's gonna kill her hamster.
She's jealous that her friend liked her hamster. It's not.
Just give the hamster to her.
It didn't even say that the hamster like liked her friend more. She's like, I'm jealous that my hamster has more affection for my friend than me, the owner. I'm gonna kill it. It's just like my friend liked this thing. I don't like that she likes my things. I'm taking away from. There's so many edits. Heather and her parents are having a short holiday up in Scotland, but my wife just decided to text Heather's dad about this and replied immediately. According to Heather's dad, there was some sort of argument over a card game, and he's saying my daughter encouraged Heather to flush the hamster down the toilet. Lying Heather. They're buying Heather a new one in Scotland. No! More dead hamsters. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love came to me.
Another dead hamster. He.
Oh, fucking hell. We are going to discuss this more when they get back, but I don't think my daughter would lie about something like this. I phoned my sister, who is good friends with Heather's mom, and told her about the situation. My sister says that Heather's parents are very worried about her, that she has some very irrational phobias, and as an infant was diagnosed with failure to bond baby. So she's a psychopath.
Yeah,
just a straight up psychopath baby.
Yeah.
All right. Cruelty to animals and other children is very rare, but happens every so often. She loses control of her emotions and can lead to harm others and even herself. At 5, her aunt and infant niece came to visit, and it resulted in a tantrum where she tried knocking the niece into the ground. She meets every so often with a therapist and has some medicines she has to take. This child is a demon.
Yeah, it's a demon.
They're possessed
They need to be
by Bahamut and need to be put down. The family came back from Scotland this morning, and I had a meeting this evening with them, the parents and I. They were actually really sympathetic and did not end up buying a hamster. All the stores they went around were sold out. They tried, but the stores were like, "Oh no, we are out of hamsters.
No hamsters for you.
No, what happened to? We just sold you another hamster. What happened?
No.
Toilet? No.
No.
Sorry, we are out. As you can see, all the hamsters are gone. Oh, well, sorry, no toilet hamsters
no
for you.
No stock for hamster.
No." Apparently, they were into one store, and she was so angry that there were no hamsters that she started hitting and shaking a gerbil cage. This is a sign.
This is a demon.
Put her through an exorcism. The parents have decided no more pets for her. Good. And stronger medication. Good. Heather and my daughter generally really get on, and I care about each other, so we're going to part ways for a while and see how she does on the stronger doses before we deem it safe that they can play together again. After maybe 6 months. I just find it funny. It's like, hey, we're going to have you 6 months on just the strongest meds we can ever find.
We're putting you on tranquilizers.
Yeah, we're going to give you an elephant dose of Zoloft, and like maybe it'll chill you out. If you start harming hamsters again, I don't know.
We're putting you down.
Yeah, you're euthanizing drugs. I think this incident was a wake-up call for her parents. Really? That was the wake-up?
I hope so.
If there is one more incident like this after 6 months, they will not ever play together again, and we are all agreed on it. No, you are not overreacting.
No.
Do you need to spell it out for you?
If a kid kills a animal out of spite over some argument over a card game, what is a 7-year-old playing a card game for? Maybe there's a little bit more context to like 2 adults playing poker for 20 grand.
Hey Lindsay, I saw you had that extra ace in your sleeve when we played Texas Hold'em. I saw it.
I'm killing your cat.
I'm killing my hamster because you like it. You're gonna be swimming with the fishes now.
Not overreacting. Terrible. Yeah. Horrible people. Horrible hamster.
Little Sonic the Hedgehog hamster.
Good hamster. Yeah. Sad boy.
Little Sonic is getting flushed with the fishies tonight. That's what you get for lying, you cheating scumbag.
Rip, dude.
My husband won't let me take more than 2 showers a week.
What?
I told him I need to stop or I'm moving out for a while.
What
the Why?
What is he like? Stinky juices?
I guess. This is the weirdest thing my husband has ever done. He is really a sweet and loving husband, and I love him more than anything. Divorce is not an option, just to put that out there before the comments come in. Is it okay if I divorce my husband because he likes my smells? He won't let me take showers. I don't know why. It's so weird. This is really, really weird. My husband has always been a little out there. He's a computer programmer. Makes sense.
Checks out. All right. Okay. This tracks.
And super smart, but also believes all sorts of things, both real and conspiracy.
Oh boy. Does he think the water has fluoride and is poisoning her butthole?
Well, the water does have fluoride, but I don't know about poisoning buttholes. Lately, he's been very worried about the environment and global warming. About 2 months ago, he got really worried about the water. Yes, water. He is concerned about the quality of water. He put in a new filter system in our house, which I actually love because it tastes so much better. But he is also concerned about how much water we use. Not because of money, but the environment. He created a new rule that we can only take 2 showers a week.
Respect that. No.
Now I'm someone that likes to shower every day before bed. I just don't like feeling dirty in my bed. This has created the most conflict in our marriage in 20 years. He is obsessed with the amount of water we use. At first I ignored it, but he would shut off the hot water while I was in the shower.
Oh,
there's more.
God, there's more. Okay.
I started trying to use the shower at the gym, but it's too much work to go every night with having kids. I honestly thought he would get over this within a month, but he's stuck on this still to this day. Last night, I really wanted a shower, but he had hit my quota, as he says. I said I'm showering and that he better not do anything, but about 2 minutes in, the hot water turned off. I grabbed my towel, went down, and started yelling, telling him this is the dumbest thing he's ever done. I also told him I'm moving to my parents if he doesn't stop this. Guys, I love this man. He's everything to me, but I can't take this anymore. Am I going too far, threatening to move out? No, this man's a moron. This man's an absolute moron.
Yeah, this is a ridiculous conditional to set. Like, you can set whatever conditions you want that are like saving the environment on yourself that don't harm others. Like, for instance, if you love animals and you want to go vegan because of that, you can switch your diet to vegan. As annoying as it could be to your family, you're not forcing anyone else to do this.
You can choose rules for yourself, but not for others.
No.
You can pick your friends,
Absolutely.
you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Unless they want you to pick their nose.
Well, then it'd be allowed. Here's the thing, and maybe I'm not a well-read enough person. How does using more water hurt the environment at all? The environment has plenty of water. Water is a recyclable resource.
Well, it's short. There's a water shortage in places that are in droughts, like California, for instance. Like, there's a limit to the amount of water you can use in California.
They've never said that was a thing here. I don't want to assume that because I feel like that would have came up. And in fact, if that was the case, I feel like that wouldn't be on him. That'd be like, hey, by the way, our state says you should use less water.
Like, there's a limit to the amount of water you can use.
It'd be mandated by the state, not by him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a bizarre thing to have, too.
If you live in, like, coastal, like, Baltimore where we are, water everywhere.
Well, yeah. I'm guessing they're like in California or something that has much less water and people can't even...
I wouldn't assume that because, again, it wouldn't be him mandating it. It'd be the state. So it's like if you are in a water shortage area, then like your family doesn't need to be the one to say that.
I don't know what the solution to this is. I don't think she's overreacting because like she should be able to shower every day if
she's not overreacting. If you are in a place where you have water, use it. There's no environmental harm. The water will recycle into the sky and rain, and then the water will be back.
I'm sure there's other problems we're not considering with the water, like the water system. But yes, water typically is an infinite resource. It's not like when you use water or you shower with it, that water disappears forever. That's not how it works.
As far as I'm aware, if you are in a water shortage place, using more water will hurt the people that can't get more water, but the environment will be fine.
It could hurt the environment too, potentially.
Will it?
I don't really have a good explanation.
I don't know enough about it. Maybe it will slightly, but like here's the thing.
But this is a stupid rule.
Yeah, it's the people will die from dehydration far before the environment does.
At least okay, they need a compromise where she's like, okay, listen, you want me to use less water? I'll take 5-minute showers instead of 10. That's fine. But let the woman shower.
I wouldn't even say this is a compromise. I would say just shower.
I think you can compromise on shower duration. I don't think you can compromise on showers to begin with.
Here's my ruling on this, and maybe you would say I'm more petty about this or stubborn. I wouldn't compromise. If I was her, I'd be like, you don't get to set what time I shower. If the state doesn't have any ruling on that, we live in an area with water, don't me. It hurts the environment. I'm showering. There's no reason why it's hurting the global warming. Her taking a shower has zero effect on global warming. Like literally zero effect on global warming.
Yeah. I mean, water's a different, whatever. I think it's stupid.
I think it's dumb to control other people. If you genuinely want her to shower less, tell her about the reasons why you feel that way in a calm way, but don't demand it of others.
Like I said, the only compromise I see that's fitting here is shower duration, and it still has to be reasonable.
The compromise I see is tell her the facts. And if she doesn't agree, then you end it. Like, just leave the discussion.
End it.
And end the discussion. Just she will shower as much as she wants, and that's it. It's not like she's murdering babies or like throwing her sewage runoff into a river.
Yeah, she's not being a piece of
yeah.
At least to our knowledge. This one's solved. Go on to the next one.
Yeah. My wife is talking to other men and seeing their dicks.
Okay, if she's not a doctor, then I'm very suspicious.
She doesn't think it's cheating. Am I overreacting? Help me know if I'm overreacting. We've been married for 10 years and are very happy with each other. We have 3 kids and are a normal busy couple. Physically, we're together multiple times a week and both would say sex is great. Here's the issue we have. My wife posts online in what I would call immodest outfits. She considers them fine. That discussion is for another time. She receives a lot of compliments from men when she posts. They are all clearly trying to flirt and get more from her. She engages in conversations and will flirt back, leading a lot of them on. She gets their numbers, asks them to show themselves, etc., while she won't do anything for them. then she ghosts them. I'm already getting my
This is really
getting my
weird.
ick factor.
Yeah, this is weird.
I found out about this last week when I noticed a notification on her phone. It was a guy asking what she thought of his package. Sure enough, she had asked him to send a shot of that, and he did. Immediately, I thought she was cheating and confronted her. She then explained that was the point at which she would ghost them. She enjoys seeing what guys will do for her, but claims that isn't cheating. Weird.
You can draw the line in cheating.
That's weird.
Wherever you want, as long as you both that are in the relationship, in the contractual relationship.
This lady's a part-time dominatrix.
Yeah, and like if you both agreed to, if her and her husband agreed to that, that's totally fine.
He just found out about it last week.
But he does not sound happy about it, so technically she is cheating.
He says, I can confirm that she isn't cheating physically, as I've went through all the messages, and once it hits a certain point, she stops responding. I'm not comfortable with her doing this. It feels like she is doing something wrong by leading these men on, but she says there isn't anything wrong with what she is doing. She claims that it's only for fun. How do you all, convince her that she's in the wrong on this? If you are not comfortable with someone in your relationship doing something that makes you feel like it is flirtatious or, I don't know, going outside the bounds of what you agreed to or want, that's cheating. End of story.
Yeah,
That's
it is cheating. Yeah.
Even if it's unreasonable, if you are not comfortable with it, it's cheating.
Yeah, if you don't like that your wife is getting dick pics from guys, even if she's ghosting them after the dick pic, that's weird.
It's what she's doing, in my opinion, is weird as but
yeah, like I'm trying to flip the script here and be like, okay, I'm imagining myself in a relationship and I'm talking to girls and getting them to send me nudes and then stopping there. That's up. I would feel up if I was receiving that.
Here's where I stand on this. If I was dating someone, let's say they had an OnlyFans, which is like a very similar thing to this.
Sure.
Guys would probably send like their dicks and ask for ratings or something like that. If I knew about that going into it and I agreed to it, that's not cheating. That's an understanding.
You have to know about it going.
Yeah, I understand what's happening. I agreed to it by dating this person, knowing that's what they do, and I'm not controlling them in any way. So I'm saying I get it. That's what it is. It's for work or like just I knew about it. Yeah. Done. It's done. If I didn't know, and like there was a default expectation that like you would say that, hey, by the way, I'm doing this thing, and they didn't do that, then it probably does feel cheating because it's like you're hiding this information.
Yeah, you're having something withheld from you.
Yeah. Or on the flip side of this is if I said I'm comfortable with you doing it, then it's not cheating.
Yeah, but you have, regardless of whether you're doing OnlyFans when you guys are in a relationship and you're getting into it and they're already in it, they present it to you, you say this is fine, or if you're already in a relationship and your partner's like, hey, I want to do OnlyFans, and you're like, okay, that's fine, go for it then. But you can't just do this thing and be like, I need this, I'm gonna do it whether I want. She has to give him an ultimatum of like,
exactly.
If this is super important to her, she has to be like, hey, either you let me do this or we're breaking up. And then they have to reconvene.
And like, it's her right to say that, but it's also like it needs to be a conversation. I'm of the opinion that anything that is romantic, sexual, or intimate, anything that could fall into those categories needs to be transparent in a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it is not, then you're hiding it and it's cheating.
Yeah.
If it's open and you're both comfortable with it, then it's not cheating.
Yeah.
If you're open about it and they're not comfortable with it, then you need to have a discussion on if you should continue or break up.
Like, say you're a guy and you want to go to a strip club, right? I have no clue why someone would ever want to go to a strip club.
If you were dating someone and they're not comfortable with it, then you need to stop.
Precisely.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, Friday night after work, I want to go to a strip club. Your partner can say, sure. Or they can say, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
That's up to them.
Exactly. And if you continue to do it when they said they don't like it, that's cheating. And it could also be something as simple as a heterosexual guy and a heterosexual girl dating, and the girl says, I don't want you to have girlfriends. If you continue to have girlfriends and date this person, you're cheating. It's but you are cheating.
That I don't think so.
If you continue to date knowing that their boundaries, you don't want them to have girlfriends.
That's a ridiculous boundary.
It is, but I'm putting it flatly. If you agree to continue dating and you know their boundary, you are cheating by breaking that boundary.
I wouldn't call that cheating.
I would. Any boundary of theirs, regardless of how unrealistic, if you continue to date and they're under the expectation that you're committing to that boundary.
Maybe you're cheating to them, but to a regular person, that's not cheating.
To me, it's all cheating. If you break a boundary of any case,
all right, if having
lying.
Friends of the opposite side, not lying, like even if it's open, like that's I refuse to agree to that.
Then you wouldn't date them.
Yeah, I would never date that.
Well, no,
but
tell
in general,
me this.
Like
if you talk to someone, and they said, I don't want you to have friends of the opposite sex,
I'd be like, no.
Well, would you continue dating them?
No.
There you go. But you wouldn't continue dating them and then also have friends.
I would also argue that to the grave that that's not cheating.
Exactly. You would have the ultimatum of, I'm going to continue this because I feel it's unreasonable.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't lie to them.
That's like me saying, hey, this is This is cheese. Do you agree that this is cheese?
You can say it's as dumb as you want. If you have a boundary and you have an understanding that the person that you're with agrees to that boundary, but then goes behind your back and does it anyway, that's cheating. Any kind of lying like that is cheating.
Whatever. This is
the way
up.
I see this is that if this lady was honest about it from the beginning and
he was something she wants.
Yeah, and he was okay about it, then it's not cheating. The fact that he just found out about it and it's a sexual thing, she's cheating.
Yeah, if it makes him feel bad, he should come to her and be like, hey, I don't like you doing this. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Like, they have to discuss this. Maybe they can reach some type of compromise where she can do this. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, go watch porn. Like, if you want to see some random go watch porn, dude. That's all. That's the easiest solution. And some people think porn is cheating.
I think it's not about seeing it. It's the power. She wants that power over guys.
True, she does.
Which she wants to be like a dominatrix. And I don't think she's wrong for wanting that. I think she's wrong for hiding it.
Yeah.
And she's wrong for not listening to her partner in terms of like hearing out his concerns.
Yeah.
If he doesn't like it and she continues to do it anyways, then they need to break up.
They either need to break up or she needs to stop doing it.
Exactly. And that's how I see about everything, is that if you are in a relationship, anything that is sexual, romantic, or intimate, you need to be on the same page. It needs to be transparent. You need to agree to it. If you have an understanding of that boundary and you break it, you are cheating. End of discussion.
Yeah.
If you don't want that boundary because you think it's stupid, like if you think it's stupid that they say you cannot have friends of the opposite sex, which I agree is stupid, but if you agree to it and you break it, you're cheating. If you don't like it, don't date them in the first place.
Yeah. Whatever. Well, we've discussed this to an end.
All right, one more. Am I overreacting to my girlfriend's open relationship rules?
Oh boy, these are going to be open relationships are extremely tricky.
And they have terrible rules. Very early on in the relationship with my girlfriend, she told me that she had to be in an open relationship. Had to be.
She's poly? That's fine.
She also said early on in the relationship, so we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Open about it. I hadn't been in one before, but I said I'll give it a try. Okay, open-mindedness. I like this so far. And it was clear when we talked about it that either of us could sleep with whoever we wanted. I said okay. We've been dating for 11 months, and over time, I really started to love her. I know she has quite a few very casual partners, but no other serious relationships. I actually didn't have any other partners, though, because I was so happy just being with her. Aww.
This is sweet but sad right now.
Bittersweet. Then 2 months ago, I was drunk and I met a girl at a party and we slept together. I didn't think I was going to do anything wrong whatsoever. So when it came up with my girlfriend, I didn't try to hide it, but she was really upset. She said it was disrespectful for me to do that. I was kind of shocked. I'm fine with not sleeping with other people, but the problem is now she's like really paranoid and controlling ever since then. Like accusing me of looking at other girls or flirting with them all the time. Always looking at my phone and wanting me to check in with her every hour when I'm out and let her track my location, etc. It's really bothering me. Yeah. So basically she wants to have an open relationship only on her side. She says she loves me and I should be loyal to her. But when I bring up how the rule doesn't apply to her, she gets angry. She says that so many women are not satisfied in their relationship and she's not going to be one of, and I'm not going to hold her back, etc.
Okay, you're stupid, irrational, and you should get hit by a car.
I get it, but it doesn't feel right. I love her a lot, but I'm seriously thinking about breaking up with her. Am I overreacting? Nope, she's being an asshole.
Yep, very simple.
Rules for thee, not for me. End it.
Yeah, unless you agree that like, hey, we're going into this relationship. I'm open, you're closed. And the guy's like, okay.
It sounds.
At that point, he's a cock, probably.
Again, if you had that agreement,
that's fine.
Yeah. If she said, I'm going to date other people and you're not dating anyone else, and you said, cool with me, then that's fine.
That's so to like,
it is.
To be like, I want an open relationship, but only for me. That's so she sounds so insecure and
she sounds uptight and awful, and I would never want to be around her. But if that was their agreement and he was okay with it, that's whatever. That's their yums. I'm not going to yuck it. But it sounds like from the beginning, he was under the impression they were both having an open, equal relationship.
Yeah.
And it sounded like that's what they both
wanted.
wanted.
Partners and he didn't. And he did it once.
She got jealous and now didn't like that.
Are they still together?
He's debating on breaking up with her. I think you should. Clearly, this person's insane.
Dude, I when I was in college, I had this girl I was seeing. I wasn't like seeing her. We were just hooking up casually. She had a really weird open relationship. They would have a month open and then a month closed.
What, like by the moon cycle? Why? What?
I don't know, man. Like I was thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way this could possibly work.
Mercury's in retrograde and so is my
But like, how does that work? How is that fair to like?
It's not fair.
Hey, it's the 1st. We're closed. You're gonna have to wait till the 1st of next month to
Hey, rent's due, by the way. This shop is closed.
Rent's due, but my isn't. Oh my god, dude.
No,
this is just a person who wants.
This person lied. She lied to him about it being open, and now is insecure and jealous.
Yeah, she wants to be in a relationship with someone who's loyal only to her.
Yeah.
While he's dicking her down. It sounds like she wants to be a king in the 1500s.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she's not.
Exactly. No,
but I'm sure she could find a circumstance where somebody is willing to do that, but they have to agree to it going into it.
What feels so dumb to me about these people is they clearly know what they're doing is wrong, because otherwise they would have said it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, why hide it?
Yeah, I fucking hate that. When you know what you're doing is wrong, but you're like,
you're oblivious to it. If you thought you deserved to have a open relationship on your side but closed on theirs, then why do you feel like you have to hide it? Just say it from the beginning and find someone who's okay with it. I guarantee you will find someone.
Yeah.
If you're an attractive girl, it's not going to be that hard for you to find a guy who's just like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
But why lie if it's so justified for you to get it? No, this person's an asshole. Lying in any case, like I said, if you put out a boundary and you break it, you are a cheater. You are scum. Yeah. You deserve to get hit by a truck and flushed down a toilet like a hamster.
Poor hamster, dude. If just a relationship is contractual. You have agreements. You have lines that you draw.
Yeah.
Those lines are irrelevant to anyone else. Like,
exactly.
People who judge each other's relationship from the outside, unless you're asking, it matters nothing. The
if
relationship
both people
matters
are happy,
between both people and their
then
contract.
that's all good. Doesn't matter what the rules are. If they're happy, they're good. If they're lying to each other, then that's not good. Stop that. Get help.
Bonk.
Yeah.
Horny jail. What do you guys think of these reactions? Are they overreacting? Are they not? I think most of them are quite self-explanatory after just hearing the title.
Yeah, most of these people are like, my parents tried to kill me. Am I overreacting or should I let them do it?
I found arsenic pills in my food this morning.
Some of them are just way too much, but yeah, I think some of these ones that are relationship based, some people don't know what the rules are, and they feel like they're like going crazy trying to figure it out.
The rules are kind of whatever you want them to be.
Usually they are, and people just don't like to talk about it.
Yeah.
Little lesson of the day. Just literally say exactly everything that you're thinking. Don't hide it. Just ask and talk.
Draw your line. Make your line something your partner is aware of. Yeah. Whatever that line might be. That line could be weird as shit. That line could be like, hey, I'm allowed to get 15 dick pics per week. If you want to be with me, deal with it. If not, we can't be together. And that's your line.
And
it's weird, but it's there.
As weird as that is presented, if that was said from the outset, I think that's totally cool of them.
Yeah. And if the person agreed, then it's on them.
Yep.
That is a new contract that's been formed.
I think if you can go into a relationship, think of it as a contract that you sign and agree and you uphold the terms, then that is as good as it'll get.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching this. If you want to see this a week in advance and see the full uncut and uncensored version, make sure to check it out on patreon.com/NickandCorey.
And if you want to listen to this without our ugly ass faces, then you can go to our podcast on Apple Music and Spotify and Audible.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Toodles.